We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, Side Scrollers Plus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Tuesday to you, the week of our Turkey Lord 2025. Good to see everybody. Glad you're with us. Big day today. Lots going on. Big show as we have a great slate of guests joining us today. As always, joined by the one and only Fart Queen herself, Blabs. Hello, Blabs.
I am not. Anyway, hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thank you.
The question today, chat, which wrestler does Blabs look like today?
I don't know. Do like wrestlers wear polo shirts?
yeah, some do.
Can you name one?
Off the top of my head, yeah. I think that, well, they have a prep look, right? Like MJF kind of goes like, has a preppy look to it. The Spirit Squad used to.
Maybe I could be Bret Hart again, because it on camera it looks a lot more pink than it is. Mm-hmm. So if you get rid of the stripes and make it solid pink, I guess I could be Bret Hart. Although my hair's not as curly today. Yeah,
you're lacking the sunglasses as well. I think that's the first thing I'm going to buy for you is the Bret Hart sunglasses, I think.
They just look like ski goggles, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, they're nothing like super special. They're straight out of like 1989. You know?
Yeah, but they'll be way too big for my face. So I'll just look like bug-eyed. It'd be funny as hell.
Well, then you'll look like the kid who cosplayed as Bret Hart, who went to the wrestling show, who got
It's very hard to find sunglasses and hats that fit my face.
It's good.
Tiny.
Well, joining us today, we got a couple great friends. Melee K will be picking up the slack where I let it go over here, coming in about an hour, because I'll be with us for about an hour. But Kay joining us today, a resident racist. Hello.
Oh, hello. You look like a cross of like Bret Hart and MJF for sure today. It's like Bret Hart alt outfit number 3.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. The child of...
Huh? What? Isn't that what he does? He can't see me.
You know,
just like, was it just like Taiwan or Hong Kong? Which country did he say didn't exist anymore?
You're just saying
like
Asian
a modern wrestling fan. Like that's what like Roman Reigns #1, John Cena. Like that's all modern wrestling to me.
Yeah, that's all I got. Something Cody Rhodes.
Oh my God, woman.
How am I doing so far? Is everyone wanting to
all right.
I'm in pain, and we're not even talking about video games with her.
Who wants to uninstall now?
Me. I'm ready to uninstall it all. I'm uninstalling my OS. I'm out of here.
Switching to gay Linux.
All right. Speaking of gay Linux, and somebody who I'm sure has a just tremendous wealth of WWE, AEW, and TNA knowledge, possibly New Japan as well, the incredible Lunduke. Hello, Lunduke. Great to see you.
Speaking of gay Linux, thank you so much, Craig, for that amazing introduction. Also, there's no wrestling after the WWF. As soon as it started breaking off after the Action Impact WWE, blah, blah. No. It's as soon as Hulkamania ended, it was all over.
Hey,
call it. It's done.
I'm sorry to break the news to you, Lunduke, but Hulkamania never dies.
My son, my 10-year-old son has a Hulkamania shirt, and he's 10, man, and he's rocking that out there every single week. So you're damn right.
Is he down with Hulk Hogan? I mean, obviously Hulk's not alive anymore.
We've only watched clips, you know. We've just watched lots and lots of clips, and who doesn't like the Hulkster, right?
Well, apparently, if you like the Hulkster, you're racist.
Honestly, though, I bought the shirt for me. It was just that it was only available in child size, so he has to wear it for me. That's really what happened.
Well, I appreciate that. Speaking of child size, Joining us today, straight from the hood, it's Phoenix.
Hey, everybody. How you guys doing?
Fuck.
I'm child sized. By the way, I completely agree with Lunduke that as soon as it switched over to the WWE, I was out. I'm 100% with you.
Well, that was May 6, 2002, when WWF changed to WWE. So now we know the line of demarcation for Phoenix and Lunduke was May 6, 2002. That's the
Truth
day
be
when
told, it was
wrestling-
somewhere in the late 90s that I called
I'm
it.
actually, yeah, I'm with you. Like 1991.
Oh no! Come on!
I'm kidding.
When was the Hulk Hogan cartoon? When was that one out?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
late 80s, I'd say. Yeah.
Late 80s, yeah. See, 91. There you go.
Well,
All
that
right,
means
I'll go.
You guys missed all the fun stuff. You guys missed Suck It. You guys. Missed
I learned about that last week.
That's right, with DX. It's good. All the middle school kids running around telling their teachers to suck their dick. It's like, hey, come on, let's go. We were horrible. It was so bad. All right. Look, we have a big show today as we're going to get into this Asmongold DSP response because we were, I would say, not necessarily mentioned, but we were referenced several times during it. And we wanted to talk about that and provide a little bit of clarity on that. We're going to get into this Casey Tron nonsense where this is a follow-up on the H3 lawsuit we've talked about several times. And Casey Tron, one of the people in the lawsuit, has put out a sad statement, and she is getting railed for it because at the end of the day, she did this for herself. Lunduke has another day of death threats because it is a day ending in Y. We're going to get into that a little bit later on as well. And as I said, I'm only going to be on the show for about an hour today, but the show will go the full duration of 2. So glad you're with us. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the 134,000 just normal men who have found us over on YouTube. The over 27,000 who have found us over on rumble.com/side-scrollers. And we would love for you guys to join us over at Side Scrollers Plus. Look, last week we had a great deal lined up for you guys over there. We had the promo code Turkey. And that promo code expired. But we were bullied in to creating a Black Friday deal. It was really kind of disheartening, to be honest with you. I just slowly was beaten down by people saying, hey, are you going to have a Black Friday deal? Hey, you're going to have a Black Friday deal. Well, guess what? We do have a Black Friday deal. And it's only available during the Black Friday deal time, which I'm not going to tell you how long it is. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell you anything about this deal.
Is it Black Friday?
No, it's not Black Friday, which is interesting because
you're so sneaky. I love it.
Here is our Black Friday deal. That's it. That's it. You don't know anything about it outside of that. I'm not going to tell you how much it is or how much you got to find out for yourself. But I'm telling you this right now. It's a good deal.
Wait a minute. Your promo code is deal?
Correct.
Deal?
What else?
The whole think tank lined up. Like, what are we going to make the promo code? Let's make it something funny and witty. Let's call it deal.
That's right.
Let's call it promo code.
Ooh, promo code sounds rad.
You know,
But then it gets confusing. It's like, do you use a space in between the two words or no?
yeah,
That's what makes it challenging.
Spicy.
Here's the other fun thing about it is that I actually thought of doing Black 25, and my wife vetoed that one. She said you can't do Black 25. I said why? It says Black Friday in the year 2025, and she's like, well, you can't do Black 25.
What do you mean? That's literally promo codes. I saw it over the weekend. They were using promo code like BF25.
But it wasn't black. But it wasn't black. Can't say black anymore.
You don't vote for us. You're not black enough.
But you can say deal. So use promo code deal and find out exactly what it is.
One day I want you to increase the price with the promo code and make it promo code 1121, just so that everyone can feel the fucking pain of 1121.
A promo code that constantly goes up.
It just keeps increasing.
Use promo code for an increase in your price.
That's right. Well, look, in addition to all the great content we have coming up over on Side Scrollers Plus, we had the Overcocked event we did, which was great. We had the Blabs versus recently, and then we'll be doing more of those coming up, as well as Queen of the Week coming up on December 6th. So look, we got a lot of good things coming up. It's a great value. It supports us, and we appreciate it, which is wonderful. So there we go. All right. Like I said, you only got me for an hour today, so we're going to get into this and move really quick today. But before we get into Blabs hurting our soul, I do want to point out that Patriotic Gestalt came in with the $50 Lunduke tags.
All right, close your eyes, Lunduke.
Close. No.
You guys are doing this.
No.
You
Close,
guys, this is
no.
inappropriate.
Get some frolicking for him.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Here, have Craig frolicking.
Oh, look, here's
It's like
it's
beer
Craig
belly
frolicking.
Craig.
it's
Yeah,
AI
I wanna
version
see
of me.
frolicking.
I look like I'm extremely overweight.
Fat bastard.
I like that one. That
Thank
one
you.
feels wholesome.
Hey, more wholesome frolicking for the 50s today for Lunduke.
No
okay?
boobs for Lunduke.
Nope.
You should make that your promo code. That'd be a good one.
I use promo code boobs.
Yeah.
No boobs for Lunduke.
Eric Hyas came in with the 20, says Black Fridays matter. You're damn right they do. Thank you very much, Eric Hyas. And Marmalin says, Craig, DSP continued his stream and flat out called out side scrollers as a trap where you jumped him. His stream was flat out calling you out. Well, I'm glad you bring that up because we will get into that here very, very shortly. But before we do, friends, let's get into how we always like to start our show. Disappointment with Today in Gaming History.
Today in Gaming History with Blabs.
That's me.
All right, Blabs, what do we have today?
I don't know. Anyway, November 25th, everybody. You got
I don't
Fatal
know.
Fury releasing back in Japan. This I don't remember what I do. This was yesterday. Then we have Killer Instinct Gold released in 1996. And then I had like two good ones, I think. And then to really just finish it off, I obviously had to go with Club Penguin released on the DS. Elite Penguin Force back in 2008.
Represent.
Ta-da!
I worked on
What
that
the
one.
hell did
You
you?
what?
you?
You worked on Club Penguin?
Yeah, I was a developer for Club Penguin way back in the day.
See?
I
Look
worked,
how good
the
I
Elite
am.
Penguin Force and all the little mini games and all that stuff. Yeah, and a lot of my code got ported over to the DS version. Yeah.
So
I'm
we
sorry.
can all thank Lunduke for being featured on Today in Gaming History.
Thank
Well,
God.
pow!
Thank
Suck
God I
it!
held back on Club Penguin. A great selection of yours, Blabs, I have to say.
Can we just stop down for a second and realize,
Suck
Please,
it!
thank you.
do you see how Blabs is trying to take credit for doing absolutely something on
Woohoo!
accident?
Nice job, Labs.
Thank you.
Well done.
Well, what you should be taking credit for is
The smart
missing
pivot.
the you chose the wrong Killer Instinct game, Blabs. Killer Instinct Gold was not released. Killer Instinct 2 was released.
What the fuck? When I literally copied and pasted the title. When you go
Yeah,
and
but
click on
that
it.
is gold. There was no two. That is gold.
Well, I know, but why
No,
did you
click on Killer Instinct 2, Craig. Click on the actual thing, and it goes to Killer Instinct Gold.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, boom! Fatality! Suck it!
Fatality.
Mm-hmm.
Is my face red? Okay. Fatal Fury today. I'm surprised you didn't choose Twinkle Star Sprites released in the arcade.
Yeah, but I
What
had
is
to
a
put Club
Twinkle Star
Penguin.
Sprite?
Can we stop down and talk about Fatal Fury for a second? Fatal Fury, Phoenix. I'm sure you played a good amount of Fatal Fury in your
Sure,
youth.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you have.
Good
Didn't
game.
you pull up the copy, Phoenix, or was that for?
No,
Killer
that was Killer Instinct.
Oh,
Yeah.
show and tell.
Instinct. But yeah, Fatal Fury, pretty good fighting game released in 1991, which is now coming back 35 years later. They're doing a new Fatal Fury game. I just actually saw a trailer for it the other day, which is great. Let's see, The Last Blade 2. Okay. Legends of Wrestling 2 for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Speaking of, yeah, it's not
Terrible
really.
game.
Blabs may accidentally pull out of this one.
Yeah.
It would be the first time.
Suck
Oh
it.
my god.
Mario
No,
Sports
Dangan-
Mix.
Yeah,
Nah.
Dangan as well.
Because Lunduke worked on Club Penguin.
Yeah, no, and Club Penguin was a big to-do back then. Like, that was actually
Big.
like kids loved Club Penguin.
I
Like,
actually
especially
was
on browsers,
sorry.
right?
I have a
For
story
real.
about Club Penguin. I never played it as a child, but one day I was bored in college in class, and so I booted up Club Penguin and I made an account and everything, and it was working. And then it shut
Dude.
down like 4 days later.
The number of stoned and drunk college kids playing Club Penguin is off the charts. It
I
was
wasn't
huge.
stoned or drunk or anything. I was just quite bored.
No,
because
for
it was a
sure,
boring-ass
Blabs.
class.
You definitely weren't those things, right? But the people would hop into Club Penguin. We spent huge amounts of resources finding ways to stop people from doing inappropriate things in Club Penguins. We actually had a mountain of code to detect people arranging their puffles and penguins in inappropriate, like to make inappropriate images. And it would do things like it would notice that they were starting to draw a phallus or something like that. And it would scatter them all to the wind and shake them all up. But they worked so hard to try and put really inappropriate things on the screen. I mean, they worked hard at it. You got to give them credit for the dedication.
So what you're saying is that you did the exact opposite of what Roblox is doing right now.
Yes, we actually tried to protect children from perverts. We actually gave that a shot when we were at Disney. Actually, this was my favorite part of working on Club Penguin. I got a badge that said I was a Disney cast member.
Oh.
I still have it in a drawer somewhere because technically I worked for Disney. Even though I just was in some stupid office in Bellevue, friggin' Washington, but still Disney cast member badge.
I was a Disney cast member for a short time as well.
Were you?
Yes, we also know you dated Snow White, whatever it was.
It's true.
Wait,
This
what?
comes up in
Do
the story
tell.
at least once a month.
No. If Phoenix hasn't heard this story, then
You
then
dated
it's-
Snow
I know
White?
this story.
Not Rachel
Yeah.
Zegler.
No,
Good
no,
on
so-
you, man.
Just a little background. Yeah, so back in my college years, I did the Disney college program. While I was there, I stumbled upon, totally random, saw a girl while I had a day off, was riding the monorail with my friends, saw a girl, thought was pretty cute. Stumbled up enough courage to say hi to her, and turns out that she actually worked for Disney and she was there on her day off as well. And as I talked to her more, I learned that she actually played Snow White, and she was the top Snow White in like Epcot or something. And
Atta boy.
Awesome.
like tier rankings. And she played a number of different princesses as well. She was probably like super hot, super nice. Shelly Fox was her name.
Way to just put her out there on the internet.
Yeah.
Way to go.
You've doxed her.
You think that Shelly Fox isn't a regular name? Like it's like John Smith. I'm just saying. Like I'm sure there's a million Shelly Foxes out there.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Anyways, she was super nice, and just a wonderful young lady. And this was 20 plus years
No,
ago.
she was
Yeah,
Snow White, man.
the amount of seven dwarf jokes that I got forever. Hey, what if you compete?
Are you
with
like,
the
yeah,
seven
were you
dwarfs?
dopey?
Yeah, well, yeah, you get jokes like that and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I was, and people like whatever. Anyways, it was fun times. So yes, I did date Snow White and Ariel and all these other ones. So Snow White was my
Wow,
favorite.
atta boy.
Bipolar.
Going down the list.
One day she's
Nice.
Snow White, one day she's Ariel.
Proud of you.
You're
Nice.
welcome, Internet. That's right. Thank you, Phoenix. Appreciate that. All right, we have a lot to get to today, and we will get to that. Marmalin says Club Penguin was the cesspit of the internet. Gotta give credit for that poll, and didn't know Lunduke worked on it.
Yeah. It had some issues.
I actually did Webkins. I played on Webkins more than I played on Club Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like Battleship on Webkins. That was freaking awesome with the dogs and the cats and all that. Fun. That's it.
Saint says you can read. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I can indeed. D Way says, despite my detractors, I'm here watching this badass show. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Thank you very much, D Way. All right, we'll get to all of your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants throughout the duration of the show. We appreciate you guys. So let's get into it, friends. We got a lot to talk about. It is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Okay, yesterday was the big day. We had the Super Bowl of content where DSP was on the Asmongold stream. Now, a little bit of background here, as Lunduke, you do not know who Darkside Phil is.
I don't know who Darkside Phil is. Sounds like some Gen Z ridiculousness to me.
Okay, so what you need to know, and I started explaining this before the show, but I thought it'd be best for everybody here. Darkside Phil has been on the internet for 20 plus years. He's an old head like myself, right? Darkside Phil has not progressed his content in 20 years, unlike other people, right? And so I knew Darkside Phil long time ago. And when Side Shoulders was coming back, I reached out to a bunch of people that I had known previously and was like, hey, would you like to be on the show? Little to my knowledge, Darkside Phil had developed a reputation since the last time I'd spoken to him, like a long, long time ago. And that reputation was that of being the consummate e-beggar online.
Wait a minute. Darkside Phil is spelled with a Y in the middle?
Listen, it's uber elite, all right? Yes.
Okay, sorry, continue.
That's
I'm
the least
finding
of
out about
problems.
this guy for the first time. You go. I don't mean to disrupt. Go.
So he has developed a reputation over the many years, and he had not been on a show in a long time. He felt like he had been wrong the last time he did an interview. So when we announced that, and this was like within 2 weeks of Side Scroller started, we announced that Darkside Phil was going to be on the show, and it was like the internet broke because Darkside Phil did not appear on shows. He did his own thing. He only cared about positive, chill content. So when he was announced to come on our show, it was like an atom bomb went off, and it was like, holy crap, do you know what you've done? And I was kind of like, honestly caught off guard by the amount of pushback, not even pushback, just the amount of attention that the announcement got. So in my conversations with Phil, the email conversations we had was he expressed concerns about, about his detractors, is what he calls them, detractors, and kind of went back and forth. And he's like, so I said, hey, look, we should probably do this first conversation as an interview. And he goes, great. I want this to be the definitive Darkside Phil interview. Okay. So we did a 5-hour interview with Darkside Phil. And what you need to know about that interview is that there's a lot of like pseudo controversies and things that he had been accused of. And he saw this as an opportunity to clear the air on everything that we had ever done. So I went in like super prepared, and we did an interview with him. And we finished the interview, and everything went really, really well. And I actually have emails that I'll show you guys shortly about how impressed he was with the interview. And that changed literally the next day, because we did that interview, I believe, on a Thursday. It went 5 hours. We were extremely tired. And then we all just kind of like, after it was done, and Blabs was there, she was there on the back end, and it was like, okay, well, we'll see everybody tomorrow. So the next day we talked about the interview, and Adam was on the interview as well. Adam was very critical of Phil. And during that time, a lot of people came in and they supported with a lot of super chats and direct donations and things like that, telling us, hey, you guys did a good job on this interview. Well, that flipped Phil. He was really pissed that we talked about the interview without him, which was really weird to us and still is. Anyways, ever since then, Phil has had a hate boner for side scrollers, and he felt like we wronged him. He felt, in his words, that we snaked him. And I even went on his show not too long ago, I don't know, within the last year or so, as he invited me on his Level 1 podcast. And the entire time he was just pretty much I went on there to explain everything. I thought I did a pretty good job. And any sensible person who actually watched the show would realize everything that we did and understand things pretty clear as day. I put it out there, but he set it up with this idea of he wanted me to say, that he's welcome back on the show. And then for him to ultimately say, I'm not interested, fuck off. And then boot me off the show. And
that was the purpose of it, you think?
Yeah, it totally was. Right. And it was like this big gotcha, Craig, and hooray, Phil wins. It was, everybody kind of saw right through it. With all that said, we have been linked to DSP because of all that stuff. And he was invited on Asmongold's stream after Asmongold did some reaction stuff to him. And Phil, to his credit, was able to get about an hour and 45 minutes with one of the largest streamers in the world yesterday. And to Phil's credit, he won over a lot of people. I would say it was actually a pretty big W for Phil, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Way to go, Mr. Phil with a Y.
That's right. Phil with an I, side with a Y. Let's be clear.
Oh, sorry.
Can I interject just really fast?
Yes.
From an outside perspective, I would have argued that he would have came across really good on your show when you guys were doing it, had he been as honest as he said he was going to be, but he didn't. That's what caused the friction. That's what caused day 2. But had he just did what he did with Asmongold with you guys, I think he would have been equally embraced by the audience.
Correct.
That's just my 2 cents.
I 100% agree. And that's one thing that should be pointed out is we asked him about several things during that interview, and he continued to lie about them. Now, he later came out as being honest about those things. One of those things being he had been known for playing a mobile game called WWE Champions and spending thousands of dollars on this. And people had called him on this, and he continuously lied about this because people were like, well, hey, if we're going to donate to you, we want to know where this money's going, right? And he continuously lied about this thing. We asked him about this, spent a good portion of our interview talking about that, and he continuously lied about it over and over and over again. Well, about a year later, he came out and was like, look, okay, it was my account and blah, blah, blah. With all that said, he was on Asmongold yesterday, and they talked about his strategy of revenue for his streams. And with Phil being more or less an e-beggar, right? And I've talked about this on the show. Like, look, every time a streamer goes live, the reality is that we're no better than the person, than the panhandler on the corner down asking for money, putting on a show, and hopefully somebody puts some money down and it supports it, right?
Dancing monkey with the hat out. Yeah.
That's the reality of being a streamer on the internet, period, right? If you've ever turned on a webcam, you are up. Your audience will ultimately support you, or they will ultimately have you succeed or fail, right? So DSP asked Asmongold about this, and there's a few nuggets in here. This is about a 4-minute clip, but I think it's worth looking at here. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this went.
Who asks for money a lot? Because like I'll see like there'll be a new video and it'll pop up on my YouTube recommendeds on my smart TV, and it will just show up. And it's like there's a new one like every day. How many times a day do you think you mention the amount of like people, like something in relation to you receiving money?
Well, every time that I receive something, I do a shout out. So you could argue that every single time someone contributes, I'm talking about it.
Well, like whenever you make a call, how often do you make a call to action or draw attention to the fact that you can donate money to your stream?
Every morning when I start, I bring it up. I'll say, oh, here's where we are with our goals for the week. And, here's what we're doing today with this and that. And here's how you can contribute. And then, during the course of if I'm doing a podcast or whatever, I might bring it up like halfway through the podcast or near the end of the show. If we're near hitting a goal.
Do you think that they want you to do it?
Do they want me to ask for contributions actively?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
But they want me to succeed.
Okay.
There was a day I actually tested it out. Not once did I ask for a contribution during an entire day.
So you went a whole day without asking for money?
Yes. I made $30.
Well, what's the average that you made? Well, okay, that's fine. But like, what's the average though? Like,
One of the things that I found really interesting about this, before we continue here, was very early in the conversation, Phil was talking about how people will clip his content and put it up on the internet, and how so Asmongold said, well, why don't you just claim them and collect all the money? And it was like a lightning bolt went off in Phil's brain, where he's like, what? I can do that? And Asmongold suggested that he could potentially help him with that. And at that point, all the detractors were like, oh no, because if Asmongold was to help Phil claim their content, their revenue sources would go away as well. But it was interesting to see Phil's response to that. So it was like,
can I pull up Blabs real quick and just just a quick derail of nowhere? But every time I look at him, he reminds me of Brian O'Halloran. From Clerks 2.
From Clerks,
looks nearly identical, and that's it. I just wanted to put that out there because I'm always like they look like clones.
No, I can see that. He does. Yeah. He does look a little bit like the guy from Clerks.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
That's cool. Brian O'Halloran. Let's see exactly
Clerks 2. Just do a search for Clerks 2, and you'll see it's the guy with the.
He's in all the Clerks, but yeah,
I can see this. Yeah, absolutely.
That's when he was a little heavier. That's why I'm.
Oh, I got you.
There you go. This is Phil here.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that for sure. Okay.
Not exactly a moment, but good try, Phoenix.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Let's go and continue here.
Before we do, though, I just want to say shout out on Rumble. There's over 7K people watching us, and we're featured on the front page of Rumble.
Hey, if you guys are new,
you're welcome.
Yeah, let's go. You guys.
All because of Lunduke.
Make sure you guys hit the follow button and join us. Join the 28,000 who have found us over here on Rumble. We'd love for you guys to join us as we continue to sprout a little bit of comments. It's just a little housekeeping here, a little response to some nonsense here on the internet. But we're glad you guys have found us here on this nonsense day, which is great. Let's go and continue here as we see where this leads us.
Oh, wait. What's the average that I try to make a stream?
Yeah.
Or what's the average?
What's the average a
every
day?
Stream,
yeah, a day.
I have
'cause
a
you
goal.
said you do
Each stream that I do, I have a goal of $150, and I stream twice a day.
So you want $300 a day?
I would like that. I don't always get it. I do sometimes, and that's nice when I do.
What's the ratio that you get $300 in a day? Like how like what percent do you get it half the time? 20% of the time?
I would have to analyze. I would say today I actually get it more often than not. Today.
Wow.
Like it didn't used to be like that. It used to be a lot worse. And then what happened is in the last year and a half.
Wow, what?
Wait, you made $300 in a stream? Wow. Like, no offense to Asmongold there. I'm just like, is that surprising? I mean, like, unless the guy's only got 40 people watching, it's not that wowable. I mean,
well,
be honest.
Asmongold makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, right?
Right. I mean, he makes He makes millions every year off of his stream. So $300. Wow. How dare you ask for upwards of $30 here and there?
Yeah.
Wow. I am amazed at this is happening. Like, come on.
Let's continue here. Yeah, Rafflecopter says he streams to less than 200 people, 160 per stream, 2 days per day. Yeah, so it's a smaller audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's when I say smaller, it's still larger than the vast majority of the internet, but for his goals, though. Yeah, so let's go.
That is a really small audience. Yeah,
let's go to continue.
I admitted to the WWE Champions thing. I apologized for it to everyone for lying over the years. I said,
okay, here's the part that is has to do with us.
It used to be a lot worse. And then what happened is in the last year and a half, I admitted to the WWE Champions thing. I apologized for it to everyone for lying over the years. I said, listen, it's in the past. I'm not doing that stuff anymore. As you can see, my money is actually going towards the set. It's going towards the business. It's going to.
Hey, Blabs.
Hi.
Did you ever get an apology from Phil about lying on our show? About him coming on and just blatantly lying to our face?
No.
I don't think he didn't apologize to everybody.
I never got anything.
Never received an apology once from Phil for
a lie on his part on itself. I don't recall him ever admitting to any of this or apologizing to anyone.
Well, he certainly didn't apologize to us and the audience that watched him that day for spending 5 hours lying about it. I don't think I ever received an apology from Phil, and I think that I would actually very much like a public apology from Phil for this. I think that'd be very big of him, which is good, because I think we've gone out of our way to be nothing but nice to Phil, and I'll back this up here in just a little bit, but. Anyways, that's kind of where it finished.
I want an apology for the whole Y in the middle of his name thing. That's inappropriate.
Or grammar, and Lunduke doesn't like it.
Yeah.
I understand how upset you are about it, but you're just going to have to learn to deal with it, Lunduke. All right? Maybe you should put a Y at the end of Lunduke and just call yourself
Lunduke.
Or Lundike.
Could do that. I'll take it under advisement.
We could play that rat race scene. It's like, I like your dike, and then it's just Lunduke that shows up.
Well, it was interesting to watch the response to this, because the last 30 minutes of him was just him and Asmongold kind of just talking about video games, and it finished with Asmongold being like, "Hey, I'm going to be bringing back a podcast soon. Maybe you'd like to come on," which ultimately big W for Phil. Big W for Phil. And that's kind of been the response, is that Asmongold was captured by what the detractors call pignosis.
He got majorly gaslit. I mean, throughout that entire conversation, Phil's like, it's not a big deal. I just talk about my goals when I need to. And it's like, no, you constantly berate your audience for not giving you money. That is not at all what actually happens. There's a difference between being like, hey, we're trying to reach this goal versus how dare you watch and not give me money? Look at all this entertainment I'm showing you. That's how he actually is.
There's a lot of truth in that. Yes. There's a lot of truth in that. But
Asmon, my God.
The reason why it worked on Asmongold, it was to me, it's really simple. When you admit to you have a hard truth that you need to come to grips with, and you admit it, and you're like, listen, guys, I have to admit, I've been lying this whole time, and people want to embrace that, and they want to accept, they want to go along with that apology and accept you. But he didn't do that. He doubled down. He was more quiet, and so that's why you had that friction. I'm repeating myself, but had he just done that with you guys, I think that there would have been a totally different tonal shift, completely.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
And maybe I'm missing something here. So this guy has been streaming on the internet for 750 years, since 1776.
Yep.
And currently he struggles to break a couple hundred people watching him when he live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Asmongold have him on? Like, I'm not knocking people for interviewing him or you guys for doing it, but it kind of sounds like his time of relevancy ended with the end of the WWF. So what? I don't understand. Like, if no one's watching him,
that's actually a really great question. And I think there's a little bit of context that we need to have here, right? When we did our interview with Phil, he had not done an interview in years, right?
Sure.
He had gone out of his way to say no. And that's why we did kind of an in-depth clear the air on all these different rumors and controversies.
You did kind of like a VH1 Where Are They Now sort of a thing almost.
Right. Well, kind of. Right. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people who watch his stuff just because, just to see him. It's kind of like a reality show, right? But they take clips, they clip them, they take clips of him, begging to his audience and things like that. And so you see a lot of clips on social media of Phil doing these things.
Okay.
And no, they don't watch the entire stream, right? Nobody's going to spend 4 hours a day watching him produce chill, positive content, right? But he does have his hardcore audience, which is great. And that hardcore audience, if I can tie it back into this, I think it grew a little bit yesterday. As a matter of fact, I've always said I'm a numbers guy, and the numbers show that it was a big W for Phil. This may be the biggest W of Phil's life. Asmongold has actually bowed down to the prognosis. Phil will be gaining whales and will be a regular guest for Asmongold. Phil won. Amazing W, Phil. This bitch was weak of mind. You enslaved and broke him, sire. King shit. And the metrics show this courtesy of Social Blade. Look at Phil's page. It went up 5,000 subscribers yesterday.
No, the prognosis is spread. No.
Yes.
Oh, good on him, though. Congrats, man.
I agree.
Congrats. Yeah, congrats.
I agree.
Okay.
What's happening?
I have told Phil from the beginning.
Mally is one of those subscribers, I bet.
I have told Phil from the beginning, we only want what's best for you. And I've told him this over and over and over again. Good for Phil. Legitimately. Hey, guess what? He made bank yesterday. He made $1,300 yesterday on his stream, which is drastically up from his super chat goal here. Look at this. That's a giant spike. Congratulations. Even better, he tweeted out yesterday, because I stream with Asmongold, I got an official invite from Stake, a gambling company, to partner with them and make huge money. Look, things are turning up. What is so shocking about this?
This all seems pretty straightforward to me. You go on a show with a bajillion people who watch it, and good things happen.
Oh my God. Yeah, on
people click the follow button.
If you know the history of DSP, this is just like insane and like why? And this is going to crumble in a matter of days, I'm sure.
Well, I think it's inappropriate that anyone would follow or subscribe to anybody that uses a Y in the place of an I in their name. That's inappropriate to do. I'm hammered this point home. Your parents did a bad job of raising you if you would do that with someone. But otherwise, I'm like, okay, yeah, you go on a big show, you get a big result. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I think that's like I said, good for Phil. And I told you I've been saying that we only want what's best for Phil. And I will show you that because I have the emails that we exchanged back after the show. And I think it's important. I will be tweeting these out momentarily just so everybody's on the same page. I feel like we got nothing to hide, but I think this really kind of points out the silliness and hypocrisy of everything that we had here. And I'm not going to read these all. I'll let you guys find them over on my social media. But just so you know, this is what they look like. This is literally from Darkside Phil. These will be tweeted out.
He has a Hotmail email.
These will be after the this took place after the show, as you can tell by the timestamps, and you'll be able to go through one by one to see exactly the response and how he felt about this, and how he felt really upset about this, but how he was upset about us talking about things afterwards. But you'll be able to see directly from the horse's mouth the hypocrisy associated with this. And like I said, I'll be tweeting these out here in just a little bit for everybody. So it was quite an interesting conversation they had yesterday, and I felt the need that we needed to respond and possibly drop a little bit of receipts on this, because I think it's important for people to see these things and to understand. I don't think I've tweeted these out before or shown these to people, but you can kind of see the two-faced nature of all this. So it's good. Salon came in and says, but Craig, you don't understand. Dirty, sad porcine only needs $300 a day to cover his daily expenses. He needs nothing more after robbing the casino. Oh, that's right. He was on another show where he I guess that was a thing he did. Ruffio says, Craig, your Netflix DEI X post had me in absolute stitches. Reading the comments was absolute gold. It was so random of your character to post that. So jokes. Did you get any blowback offline? No, none offline. It was all just stupid X people, being upset about things.
Stupid X people.
Mm-hmm. Marmalin came in at the 10, says, DSP being honest, he still lied his ass off through 98% of the stream. He's just convincing to people who haven't dealt with pathological liars. Thank you, Marmalin. Silent Fool Cool Ranch Studio says, Craig, just be glad you're not part of the lolcow stuff, or you'd be a particular internet lawyer and failed rock DJ in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Thank you, Silent Fool Cool Ranch Studios. Yeah, I have no interest in being a part of that. Lex says, Blabs, pull up the DSP Craig meme. Is there a meme that we need to see?
I'm trying to pull up StreamYards. There we go.
Oh, that's right. He was very adamant about how I had snaked him, which you'll see in the tweets that I put out here in just a minute. Retro Jim says, assuming Phil's version of the events is true, he planned to lie to you and Adam before the interview. He wants to accuse you of being unprofessional. Yeah, I encourage you guys to go back and watch that again. It's interesting. All right. Crumb says, it's the DSP cycle. People watch him because they recognize the name. They realize that DSP sucks and becomes detractors. The detractors talk about how awful DSP behaves, which makes people that give DSP the benefit of the doubt check him out. They realize DSP sucks, etc., etc. Thank you, Crumbs.
That's a business strategy. All right.
And Beef Nasty says, it's called lolcow. People want to watch him fail. Yeah. All right, there we go. Once again, if you guys are tuning in for the first time over on Rumble, we'd love for you guys to join us. We got a great cast of everybody here today. I'm going to be here for another 15 minutes or so. So, and before I leave, I'll get those emails tweeted out for everybody. All right. So there you go. Any thoughts on the DSP thing before we close? The DSP Asmongold thing, Blabs? Any thoughts on that, Phoenix?
Don't put on a bison hat.
Oh yeah, that's another meme for another time. Yeah.
I have a question. So, let's say, because I don't know that much about him, but if let's say he were to he changes his format, he tells the truth constantly, all that stuff. Can his content kind of hold up his new audience? Like, if you take the drama away from him, does he have a lot to offer? And that's a question. That's not a.
No, he doesn't.
Not trying to snake him. I'm just.
Yeah, don't you go snaking over here.
Yeah.
He says no.
No.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. He's really boring and obnoxious, and he just begs for money all day. That's it. There's nothing this man can do to turn this around. People, like Crumb said it perfectly. People give him the benefit of the doubt. They're like, why are all these people criticizing him? Well, a lot of those people are very familiar with his work. That's why. And then you have these people come in that don't know anything that's going on, and Phil takes advantage of that. And he just goes, it's not a big deal. Like you all stream and you know how it is. And, you have to add goals and do this. And it's like, but you don't treat it like that. You make everything everyone else's problem, and you take no accountability for anything that you do yourself. That's the problem. There's no entertainment there besides like laughing at this guy.
Well, I would say that if he was going to take off, he would have taken off. At a certain point, you got to kind of look yourself in the mirror and realize that, you've been doing it for 20 years and, you're either going to do it or you're not. But hopefully, like I said, I've said all along, and I want what's best for Phil. Is he kind of slimy? Is he kind of slimy? And is he a walking contradiction? Absolutely. But ultimately, I want what's best for everybody because, the rising tides, right? So there we go. I think if this was a good thing for Phil's career, then great for Phil. Marty came in and says, here's a juicy tip. Hey, we love juicy tips over here. What's everyone's thoughts about Phil and Dexter? I don't even know what that means, Ava Cowboy fan. Does anybody have any idea what Phil and Dexter is?
Well, that says Eva. So.
Eva? Oh, that's what I said. Eva.
You said Ava.
Oh,
Anyway,
Eva.
it's fine.
Okay. Sorry.
Potato.
I don't even know what that is. That's the thing. I don't follow the DSP lore at all. But there we go. All right. So there we'll put another pin in that story until the next time that it all needs to be talked about again. So if you're new, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button.
Don't leave me out next time you got to talk about the dark side file, whatever thing, because engrossing stuff. I am just the seat here. You can't see it, but I'm the edge right up to it.
Thank you.
The Phil. Oh.
I appreciate that. I'm glad that
like a Frenchman. Oh, croissant.
Oui. All right. Look, and once again, if you guys are new over here on Rumble, we'd love for you guys to hit the follow button. Lots of folks tuning in, almost more than watched yesterday's show with DSP and Asmongold. Just going to point that out, which is
there's 8,000 people.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. We have over 10,000 between us watching everywhere on our syndication network, which is great. So, all right, let's talk about something a little more fun. And we talked about this pre-show here.
Not possible.
I know. When I mentioned this pre-show, Lunduke immediately went, ooh, because a copy of the first issue of Superman comic was unearthed by three brothers cleaning out their late mother's attic. And it went to auction, and it's the most expensive comic book ever sold.
Ever.
Now, have you seen the story yet? Okay. You have seen it, Lunduke. You looked at it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Those who have not seen the story, questioned on how much do you think Superman 1 got at auction? And by the way, this is it's rated a 9.0 out of 10. So that's a really good rating. Okay. Any guesses?
I already know the answer. So
okay. Blabs?
I saw it.
Phoenix.
Oh, all right. So yeah, because I thought back in the day it was like 150,000. That's like, I'm going to go way higher than that, but that's what I thought it was worth. So I'll say 1.5 million.
$9 million.
No, $9.12 million. Holy heavens.
Yes, here it is. Superman #1. Here's a quick minute 47.
Now, to be clear, everyone, this is not the first appearance of Superman. This is the first issue #1 of the Superman labeled comic.
Yes.
Okay. It's not the one where he's holding the car over his head.
This is not the very first Action Comics.
Okay.
This is first Superman.
Yep, Superman #1 right here. The complete story of the daring exploits of the one and only Superman. What a cool looking cover that is. That's awesome.
Dude, that is cool.
Let's see how this happened.
So we had for auction the very highest certified graded copy of Superman #1, graded 9.0 on a scale of 1 to 10. And there was a lot of spirited bidding. It shattered the previous world record. And I think a lot of people, globally got very excited to see something like this. And I think what actually really added to the story was how it was found, that this was, a new find that no one had ever seen before. A few months ago, a form was submitted through our website saying they had a Superman #1 and a few other comic books. And as you can imagine, we get a lot of requests like that. There's a lot of reprints of Superman 1, and luckily they had some nice pictures. So I immediately called them, and they told me they found it in the attic in San Francisco area while they were cleaning out her mother's house, and it ended up being an
Have you ever noticed that it's like hoarders can be champions of the world just by not cleaning? You have like a treasure trove potentially every time.
Yes. At the end of the day, I feel like yes, you have to wade through all the literal filth, but at the end of the day, you will find a Superman 1 that is in mint condition worth $9 million.
Gosh. I mean, it's not yet 100 years old because Superman 1 was 1939. So, I mean, we've got a little ways to go, but closing in on it, and to have a 9.0, that's insane. That's insane. That's hard to pull off if you have good sleeves and everything to put it in, but to just be tossed into a drunken mom's attic and to make it almost a friggin' century. Dude, the Declaration of Independence that we've been trying really hard to preserve isn't even a 9.0 rated right now if we were to sell it at the comic book shop. It's crazy. That's crazy to me.
What would the Declaration of Independence be, like a 3?
It's got some significant ruffling. It's got stains. I mean, it definitely would be below a 5.0 rated for sure. If it came in as a comic, there's no way it would be above a 5.
They would reject that so quickly. We don't want this nonsense, this tattered piece of history here.
This is garbage.
All right, let's see.
Come back when you got something.
Let's go and finish this up really quick.
Believable condition. So I jumped on the next flight and flew out to San Francisco and went and saw it in person. It's one of the most desirable comic books that you could own. It's in the very highest grade. It's the original printing. It has a great story behind it. It's not something that had been in the hobby, sold previously, that anyone knew about. So I think it was just a lot of people got excited because it's just every factor in collecting that you could possibly want all rolled into one.
Oh man, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Do you have anything graded?
Cool. Right. Do I have anything graded? Nothing really truly valuable. I do have a couple of things that are graded, but nothing of any significant note. No. Nothing worth writing home about. I don't have any first appearances of anything. No.
Do you have anything that's yesterday I actually showcased a pretty valuable gaming collectible that I have. Do you have anything of history or anything worth noting?
I do have one thing. I have the very first arcade game to ever roll, video game arcade game to roll off an assembly line.
Wait, I'm sorry. You have the brown box?
No. So the very first arcade game is a yellow computer space built by Nolan Bushnell. Yep. And I have serial number 0. So I have the very first one. Actually doesn't have a serial number on it. We just call it 0. That rolled off the assembly line from Suzuki Games. And it's a terrible game. I mean, if you've ever played Computer Space, it's not fun, but it's an interesting game in that there's no software in it. It's all entirely done by hardware, and it has this crazy fiberglass case and everything. And it originally sat in the Seattle Center arcade right below the Space Needle for like 20 years. And then no one was playing it, so they threw it away. They threw all their old arcade. Yep, that's the guy.
They
put
it
away?
Out.
Wow.
They threw it away. They literally put it out on the street.
Trash?
No. So I'm a couple steps down the line. They threw it out on the curb for the garbage to pick it up. And a guy who just really liked video games was driving by, and he's like, "Are you just throwing these away?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Can I have them?" And they're like, "Well, if you can pick them up before the garbage man does, I guess.
That's
And so
wild.
he raced home, got his pickup truck, and loaded as many of the arcades they were throwing away as possible into the pickup and drove it out to his rural home in Western Washington, where they sat in his basement for another 15 some odd years. And then I bought it from him.
So
when
was he able to get
clearing
all of
everything
them,
out.
or did he have to leave some behind?
He left a bunch behind, but he did get a bunch of them.
Can
You know, they had a lot of late
you-
80s machines.
Like,
It was
you
pretty
can't
cool.
sit in my pickup truck. You have to stay.
Yeah. It wasn't in the best condition. In fact, if you look at a computer space, it's got all these swoops and curves on it. And there's this spot where it has a dip down between the control box, right below the screen. There it is. You can kind of see a little dip right there. That in that dip, you can see all these burn marks from where people put out their cigarettes throughout the 80s. So it's just all it's all just marred up like nobody's business. This one, though, you're showing looks gorgeous. Mine is a bit beat up, but I do have the first
first arcade game ever produced.
The first arcade video game. I mean, it's not the first arcade game, but it's the first arcade video game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. Sitting in my storage unit. Yep.
Yeah.
Can you post pictures?
Yeah, I can do that. I can post you pictures literally of my daughter when she was like a baby, eating baby food next to it and flinging baby food on it, which I'm sure will cause a whole lot of people to have an aneurysm. And that's fun all by itself.
Yeah, I will probably have an aneurysm looking at that.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm amazed.
We did not realize it was that. We just wanted to get it because it's a computer space, and computer spaces are cool looking, you know? And so we got it. And then when we started digging into it, we realized it was kind of the pre-production model. It was like the first one to roll off the assembly line, and it ended up at a couple of different arcades to be tested before it ended up in Seattle somehow. Yeah, it was just random luck. It's a bit beat up. And honestly, the game sucks. If you've ever played Computer Space, it's basically Asteroids without like the play testing or the finesse or the decent controls. So it's not a fun game to play, but it's a cool machine.
Okay, I mean, legit question. If like number one, that belongs in a museum, right? Number two,
so it almost ended up in Paul Allen's video game museum that he was putting together next to the Experience Music Project in Seattle before Paul Allen passed away, before all that stuff happened. And then it ended up not happening. It was going to be on loan. Literally, we weren't going to get any money for this, but we were going to have a plaque that said it was on loan from the Lunduke collection, which I just wanted to have a picture of a plaque in the museum that said that.
Collection.
But that whole thing fell apart with the video game arcade museum, and so it didn't really happen.
$70,000, buddy. Now I don't know. Obviously, this is in much better condition, but you also you have number 0 of Infinity.
Yeah, they never even put the there's a little spot in the top of the back of it where they pin the serial number, this little serial number panel, and they never even pinned it on for that one. Like it's like the first one off the assembly line to see how everything's working model. Yeah,
that is unbelievable, and I am beyond jealous.
That's the only cool thing like that I own.
That's pretty dang cool.
Right. Well, you know, and it was just random luck, and it's not in that great a condition, but it's still, it's cool.
You have the first video arcade game ever made.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Just casually didn't tell us this for like how many months to a year?
Hey man, you guys didn't ask,
Why would we know that? Like now we have to go and ask every single one of our guests. By the way, do you have the first ever one to come off in assembly?
Lunduke, I feel like I need to go and see it and document it and make a video about it.
I'll post some pictures and videos for you so you can check it out. But yeah, then we'll pull it out of the storage and fire her up. What's great about those things is they're built like tanks. Well, the circuitry on them is only about this big. So like what's really, a lot of people don't realize how big and heavy the circuitry on the early video game arcades were. Like, do you remember the game Tank? which was Atari's Combat on the 2600. The Tank arcade game weighed several hundred pounds.
Oh yeah,
from the boards. Tank was the first video game to ever have sprites that actually loaded graphics. I mean, they were just blocks, but it was the first game to do that. And in order to make that work, they had board after board, and the boards were like 1.5 by 1.5 square, and it had several of them lined up. So the circuitry was this huge, massive thing. It was the size of a friggin' table, and it weighed a friggin' couple hundred pounds. Whereas Computer Space had absolutely no software in it, and the entire circuitry was in a box about this big, and the game was entirely run by hardware. And if anyone has a chance to look online at the pictures of how Nolan Bushnell, the guy who created Atari, built this, the circuitry for it, all the capacitors and everything are laid out in little spaceships and rockets just because he thought that would look cool. So not only did he make this entire video game entirely in hardware without any code and without any memory, none of it, I mean, it's all just hardware, he actually laid it out in pictures in this little tiny cube. It's a genius work of engineering art. Nolan Bushnell
is it kind of like the Tiger Electronics where they had like you have like the sprite basically just burned into everywhere and then it just lights up?
No. It's all vector graphics. It actually draws vector artwork with spaceships and all that sort of thing. I mean, it's the graphics are really similar to like an early version of Space Duel, if you've ever played that one. It's like Asteroids vector based, like you'd get on the Vectrex console or something. And it's very, very cool. And he does it all in hardware. I have no idea how he managed to pull that off, but it's freaking awesome. It's amazing. Like this big in the 1970s. And he built it entirely in his daughter's bedroom.
So I would love to talk about Nolan Bushnell. I had a event that we had him keynote
you have to
speak
leave.
at. I do have to go, but yeah, I would love to get into that another time. All right, I do have to go. I'll let you guys continue the show. Lunduke, great to see you. Kay, always a pleasure. Phoenix Blabs, take it home, baby. We'll see you guys later on. Have a great day and continue on. Great stuff. I wish I could continue talking about all this nonsense, but
you can't. You have to go now.
All right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Lunduke's like, get the fuck out.
Oh, thank God. All right. Now I can relax,
Now I can
loosen my
breathe.
belt up a little bit.
Man. Oh, wait.
Oh, man.
Bye-bye. I'll kick you. Have the power. Get lost. He's still
By the
here.
way,
Go
Kay,
away.
I got sculptor's cut here, just loose.
Hang on, let me full screen.
This man every time.
Right there, loose.
I don't even know what that
That's
is.
great.
Anyway.
The chat'll know.
Okay. Okay. All right. Hang on. All right. So, Kay, I'm gonna let you basically be me.
Yeah.
Just
I
FYI.
know.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm
This is-
Blabs.
there you go. This is the improved one. She's brown.
Now with more diversity.
About friggin' time, man.
She's new and improved. Okay, so I'm Craig now. Hang on. Wow, that's the most amazing thing I've ever heard. Okay, anyway. All right, let me hit up some supers really fast. Okay, Mercenary for one says, morning, guys. I got shafted at court yesterday. Even though I was the victim, the lady got off with probation and her record expunged that she gave herself. I always just stop just to see Lunduke's face. Ooh, okay, anyway. He says, the worst part is that the judge admonished me for being young and tried to pin everything on me, even though the evidence showed her with the surveillance footage, her smacking me and me not even touching her. I don't know what is this about the MAGA hat where some woman took your hat or whatever, because otherwise there's a lot of phrasing in here and I'm not really sure.
Mercenary's on a journey today. He's always on a journey, but this
He's
is
on
a
an
whole
adventure in his
other-
own his own world. Anyway.
Whoa.
Daniel says, threats, buy firearm, buy ammo, train, repeat as necessary. Having a drop piece isn't as bad either. That's for you, Lunduke. By the way, guys, all the death threats are from me. They're Blabs threats. Just kidding, by the way.
You're not supposed to admit to that.
I'm telling it now, the joke's up. It was me. It was me all along. Okay, Commodore Fan for 5 says, for Lunduke. There's some spellings here. Anyway, I really like Manjaro?
Manjaro.
Oh, no, because it
The
just
Linux
worked.
distribution.
Oh, because it just works. But sad to hear about the gnome pride stuff. Do you think Monjaro will be infected?
Of course it will. Use Mandriva.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna bypass this H3 bullshit because I can't be fucked, to be honest. And I want to talk about the Linux gay shit with you. How about that? We'll do that instead. I can't be bothered. So, anyway, tell me what the fuck's going on here.
Okay. Here's the high level, the skinny of all this.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time, we've been dealing with cultural issues in the world of computing, right? Where you've seen computer companies having policies that have been pushing trans pride and gay pride and all these sorts of things. And those have been policies. And then in the world of gaming, we started to see game companies start to inject things like trans pride armor skins into, what was it, Overwatch, I think, had some of those, and they started doing some things with Halo, and like just some bizarre pridey things they started to shove into some games. But by and large, they were all optional things, right? They're all things that were, we'd be like, well, why are you doing this? It's weird that you're doing this. Please stop doing this. But they were mostly optional. But we've kind of hit this new point. Did you guys see Microsoft Office has optional trans pride themes for Microsoft Office that Microsoft provides on their website? Yes, look that one up. I have screenshots posted my X somewhere.
Like if I open up Microsoft Word right now,
where would I? You have to go to the website at Microsoft.com and click a button, and then it installs the pride theme. So it makes it look like a unicorn like had rainbow diarrhea all over Excel. Like it's bizarre, but it's a thing you can get. But, and this is important, it's mostly been optional. Now that is seeming to start to change because a couple of open source projects, very popular ones like GNOME and a few others, are starting to make mandatory pride theming inside of the applications that you cannot delete. So this happened a couple of months back where the GNOME project, the most popular desktop environment on Linux, started including trans pride wallpaper. So if you updated, you had now had trans pride pictures on your computer, whether you wanted them or not. And if you deleted them and then updated again, they got put right back. Weird, but at least you could delete those wallpapers. Now they have added in a new application store called Bazaar for GNOME and the Linux desktop. They have added in pride flag theming. If you scroll down, you get a little picture of it. So if you go in there into Bazaar, open up your settings, you'll see pride flag theming. So you can, for the progress bar. So literally, I want to install this game or whatever. Here's the progress bar as it installs. The progress bar itself will now have a theme. But the only themes that are available other than the default purple color are trans flags, LGB flags, lesbian flags, aromantic flags, etc. And that's it. And that's all. And you cannot get rid of them. You have to have them and you have to see them. So now we are at a point where we are getting, and this isn't just some fly-by-night piece of software. This particular application store installer is being picked up by multiple Linux distributions. It's already default on a couple. It's in the repositories on a few more, and a couple of the other big ones are already talking about in future releases over the next several months, making it the default way people install their software. So now you have to have gay themes in your software installing on Linux. It is mandatory gay theming.
What the fuck is this one all the way second to the right? Like, I don't even know what some of these flags are.
I don't know what most of them are. I went into the source code for it. So I could see, and that still didn't help me out because in the source code it uses abbreviations for some of them, and I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. I'm an old man. I don't know. I mean, there's straight, and then there's like gay, and then there's like bi people, and after that, I'm lost. I have no idea what comes after that. But there's a whole hell of a lot of flags there, and I noticed that according to several people who actually know what all the flags are, none of them represent just normal people, right? Like straight people, right? Straight people are not represented here.
I guess they're the purple all the way to the left.
Nope.
Unless that's something else.
That's just purple. That's just the default. That's just
that's
like
the one. That's the
blank.
one.
That's the one
normal.
you get. You can
Okay.
be purple if you want to be purple. Otherwise, you're going to be trans
Gay.
pride or something. So I posted about this because weird, and immediately the death threats began coming in. Let's see, what do I got here?
Scroll down to find any death threats.
Where are they at? They might be in other posts that I put up there. I put up a lot of posts. I can read a few for you. They've got a lot of swear words in them. So over on their Discord server, of course, the Bizarre Project began saying things like, quote, "Can we beat this guy with hammers? Beep this bastard." Then they called me a Nazi who will, quote, "get hate crimed." And then they started discussing the fact that I'm a Jew. And then they started talking about maybe we can add some non-pride flags, specifically the Palestinian flag. So they're going to have pride flags and then a Palestinian flag. And the purpose, and I think this is kind of fun, the entire purpose of adding a Palestinian flag in there is because they feel like that would make me mad because I'm a dirty, dirty Jew. Where their heads
Ironically,
at.
they hate the gays over there, so that's funny.
Tell them that. This caused people all across Mastodon and Blue Sky to fall into a tizzy. Quote from one person who is a furry / trans open source activist, quote, "They should let me kill Lunduke." Another person who is also a trans furry open source developer says, "What if we were girls and we killed Lunduke together?"
What do you do with all these receipts? Do you report them?
I do. I report them, but there's really not much anyone does about any of this. I mean, it's a day that ends in Y. I get threats of something along these lines, right?
Do you do police reports too? Do you like this giant ass folder of just screenshots of like everything just piling up?
So I've got a folder. I've got a spreadsheet.
Oh, that's so nice.
I keep things pretty well organized. Yeah. I used to work on Microsoft Excel. I was a dev on Microsoft Excel for a number of years. So I'm kind of a bit obsessive about spreadsheets.
I love spreadsheets. And can I just say, side note, Google Sheets is garbage.
You know what it is? I love a good spreadsheet.
Same.
And I will make do with Google Sheets if it's all I had. But holy heavens, there's better ones out there. But anyway, yeah, we report most of these. The problem is most of these threats that come in are not in the United States. Most of them realistically come from a handful of non-US based countries.
Bangladesh.
A lot from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Turkey gets a ton of them. Actually,
Are they just
Australia
bots or are
gets
they
a lot.
real?
Most of the death threats that come in are real people, but they don't want you to know who they am. So they're usually pretending to be American, but from another country. But once you dig into it, so there's not much the law enforcement can do. I mean, I get death threats all the time, but it's
Sorry
very
about that. I was
rare.
hungry.
It's very rare that the police can actually do
Eat
anything.
a Snickers, Blabs.
I need a Snickers bar so I don't start yelling at Lunduke.
It really satisfies. Now someone saw that all this was going on and said, you know what? Well, I'm going to submit a code patch to this project that adds in straight pride flags. apparently there's a flag called the cisgender flag, which I did not know was a thing, but apparently it is. So someone submitted a patch to that.
Oh my God, there is.
Yeah, it's a thing. I found out about that today, actually. So someone said, this is a trivial issue. This is from the change thing here. Let's fix it. And quoted my coverage of this because I said, quote, if you're thinking, but I'm straight, which flag do I pick in this app theme? You don't. No special progress bar theme for you. So they said, okay, let's fix it. And they did. They put it in there and it was rejected. It says, thanks for the poll request. I'm curious to know if you actually tested this because it won't work. There was one bug in it that would have taken like 2 lines to fix. Regardless, the individual you linked is a known far-right troll who wants engagement. And as such, his opinion will not be considered. He and his community will survive this. So it was rejected, and they're not going to. They're not going to include the straight or cisgendered flags. I completely agree. And so
by the way, I need to get you in like magnet form so you can join the rest of the trolls on my microphone.
Yes. Yeah, put me right there. Just not with the multicolored hair. Make sure it's nice and gray.
Oh, you don't like this guy? I was gonna name him Lunduke. He's got 2 different color hair. I'm renaming it. This is Lunduke now. There you go.
All right. Hey, Lunduke. Yeah, so
I don't like that they were trying to make a cis flag though, because that's playing their game.
I know.
Like, all you're doing is fighting to play their game.
So I think the creation of the cis flag was something done by the trans kind of leftist activists anyway, because they were trying to show that there was one, and they like to create flags for everything. So I think they created it for everyone that they have labeled cis. So they made a flag for you and said, this is your flag now. Right. It's an ugly looking flag. It's an ugly looking set of colors that are striped there, and I don't like it. So yeah, that it's a really ugly looking flag. And I feel like they did that on purpose. I feel like they made the flag. It's I don't know if any of you were, computer gamers in the early 80s, but it's like almost like the CGA color palette. It's it's hideously ugly. And I cannot deal with that. And I'm deeply
Ironically, it's very similar to this one right here, which I still don't know what the hell that one is.
Yeah.
That's all such ugly palettes. Just give me a
They're
custom
horrible.
button. My goodness, I want a custom gradient.
Yeah,
right? This is what
Kay's like, I want my kawaii nice palettes.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a button in there for put your own, make your own design or upload your own picture. They don't have any of that. If they would have had that and then had the rest of them be trans flags or whatever, I don't think anyone would have really objected. It would have just been like, well, this is yet another weird thing. But it's only LGBTQ2 spirit, whatever, and that's it. And and now it's mandatory. Now it's mandatory.
So like this is the shit that really chaps my ass, and I'm gonna be the guy that everyone hates about this stuff. But
chaps my ass.
Chap it, baby.
Yeah.
Please timestamp that, Kay. Thank you very much.
Sure. Here's the problem. It's like once again proof of why we keep losing, because every single time you see this, what does our side do? We laugh about it. Oh, that's ridiculous. We keep laughing. Imagine if you put a Trump flag that was mandatory for them. They would lose their collective shit, and tomorrow they'd be organized and stopping it immediately. And all we keep doing is, it fucking infuriates me. We keep laughing and doing nothing about it. It's kind of like the kid in high school that you could just go into his pocket and take his money, and then that was it. You just keep going, and they just sit there going, oh, I'm having a bad day. And just take his money. Everyone just keeps turning their back, doing fuck all, and laughing about all this shit instead of actually organizing and doing something. And I'm tired of watching our culture being wiped away, and we keep laughing. Well, as we're laughing and doing nothing and saying, well, we've all got jobs, well, I have no time to do anything about this. Well, goodbye to your culture, because no one seems to be fighting for it. There's a very select few, myself as one of those people, that actually keeps trying to do things, and everyone, you're just watching it laugh and laugh away. It's annoying. It's really annoying.
It's annoying, Mr. Phoenix Man. You are 100% correct. And what's crazy to me is the few people who stand up and say, this is going on, and just point at it, get death threats instantly. And the companies, the organizations, the open source projects, and the game developers on and on and on do nothing about it. So like, I'll get these death threats that literally will come from employees of IBM and Red Hat. They will still be employees of IBM and Red Hat tomorrow and next week. They will not be fired from their jobs for making death threats against people. They will not see any sort of punishment whatsoever. They will still be involved in the same open source projects. They will not be censored. Their posts will not be removed. There will not be a statement from any of these organizations that say, hey, while we love LGBT flags, we also oppose death threats. They won't even go that far. They will just stay quiet and support the craziness every single time without exception.
Damn,
y'all.
Make your own culture. Just make your I just let all this go. Just fuck it. We're gonna make new stuff. That's what I keep saying. Just make
start
new
over.
stuff. Fund your own stuff. Fund creators out there that you believe are going in the right direction, and companies that have your values and principles. Support them. Stop giving any money to anyone that doesn't. They have their right to. They should be able to do what they want to do. Great.
Yes.
But
and just along those lines, Phoenix is 100% right. The shout out to all of the non-crazies in the world of open source software, Linux, alternative developments, and whatnot. We've got the Omarchi Linux, Open Mandriva, Devuan, Ghost BSD, and there's quite a few others as well that are decidedly non-woke, decidedly against discrimination of the DEI stuff, and they just don't do weird stuff. They just do what I like to call make some gosh darn software. That's just what they do. They just make some gosh darn software and put it out, and they don't worry about the rest of it. And so there are options that are not completely out of their gourd crazy. They're just a few and far between sometimes.
Yeah, that actually was my question for you, because I've always been hearing good things about Linux and how it's open source and none of this bullshit. And then when this came up, I was like, so maybe not. They're not that open source, but it's
the
just
big powers behind Linux right now monetarily are crazy. I mean, they're nuts. I mean, the Red Hats and whatnot of the world, they're bonkers. But there are some kind of upcoming projects like Omarchi from DHH and others that are just not crazy. And they are getting a huge surge in popularity right now. They're growing significantly fast versus the woke projects who are declining in user base. So there is a shift happening, right? There are the people like Phoenix who are like, the hell with this. I'm just going to use something from someone who doesn't hate me. And they're moving over to those other projects like Omarchi, like Open Mandriva and whatnot. And so we're seeing those skyrocket while the others are slowly dwindling away. So that's great, but the main money sources are all still solidly crazy, like the Red Hats and whatnot.
All right, Kay, anything before I hit up some supers?
I'm just trying to figure out why furries predominantly infest the tech space. That's always been the thing that's baffled me. I don't get it.
It's really true. It's weird, isn't it?
Because they hide behind the furriness and everything. You're like, I'm a minority, I'm protected. And everyone's like, oh, well, no, I can't say anything, but you really can. That's how
I don't know.
I
don't know.
I'm pro Temple OS. That's where I stand. I don't know enough about Linux, but it does seem fascinating to me. But I love Terry Davis.
You're pro Terry, huh? You're on team Terry Davis.
Saint Terry. He's great.
So I Terry never would come on my show way back. Because I mean, I've been doing shows since.
You had a chance to maybe talk to Terry.
Oh yeah, no, Terry and I talked a lot. So Terry Davis, for those of you who don't know, created an operating system called Temple OS in a language that he declared Holy C, right? Because it was divinely inspired. He felt like God was working through him to create Holy C and Temple OS and all these little games for Temple OS that were mostly Christian-ish, right? And he had his own particular view on all that. And so I started talking with Terry, 20-ish plus years ago. And we had some great back and forths, but he really did not want to come on my show and do like an interview. And I gave him options. I'm like, look, we can lay down ground rules for this. Like, I get it. You're nervous about coming on the show because he was schizophrenic. He had huge numbers of mental problems, and he knew it. He was very self-aware on some days, and he knew he had those mental issues. And so he he was worried that he was going to come across poorly. He was worried what it was going to do to his career and whatnot, which was already having problems at the time. And so ultimately he didn't do it. And I remember the last time I invited Terry on, he had been living in his car for quite some time at that point. And I emailed him. I'm like, look, dude, if you want some, to try and maybe raise some funds, to get some help and whatnot, come on my show. We'll just talk about what you're going through and what you're working on and what you want to do. And, I put this little line in the email I sent him. I put a line that said something like, I'm like, look, you know what? I have a lot of hobbyist developers on my show that, try and, raise awareness and funds for their project. And he replied to me, he got pissed that I used the word hobbyist. He's like, I don't talk to hobbyists. I'm pro. And that was that. That was the last time I heard from Terry. He died not too long after that. But yeah, I never wanted to come on the show. He was afraid we'd get into other things that he didn't want to talk about. But yeah, interesting dude.
Well, thank you for trying. As someone who loves Terry so much, thank you for trying to help him. That means a lot because that man's wonderful.
Terry said, if for anyone who's ever gone through Terry's webpage of random MPEGs, where that's how he used to post his podcast. He'd record with his webcam these little short MPEGs, and he'd put up a list of links where you could download each of the MPEGs on different things he'd rant about. And he went off the charts. He's like, no, he had one about the Jewish CIA niggers, and a whole bunch of just off the charts, right? And you could see.
Did he just say that on timestamp? Thank you.
I'm quoting Terry Davis here.
I need
I'm quoting Terry Davis. And so he was afraid though, because he knew that depending on the day, he would be either in a Terry Davis Jewish CIA nigger mood, or he was going to be in a let's optimize the C compiler mood, right? His views changed from day to day with Terry.
Goodbye, YouTube.
And so Terry was afraid that he would come on the show and he would be in the CIA nigger mode. And he knew.
Please, Lunduke, stop. We're going to be thrown off YouTube.
This is Terry. I'm just quoting Terry Davis here.
Fire me.
I would never say these things myself. This is just Terry. And so Terry was really worried that if he was in that mode, he couldn't stop himself from talking like that. Because Terry would feel like that Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday through Sunday, he'd be like, why on earth did I say that? But Terry had this crazy thing where he would put out these sorts of statements and he would almost immediately regret having said them. But he's like, you know what? I said it. I'm just going to leave it out there, and I'm not going to take it back. I'm not going to apologize. I said it. Do I remember saying it? Nope. I was out of my gourd. But you know what? I said it. It's out there, and he let it be. And so now it's kind of interesting watching people talk about Terry from having never really known him, and you don't really... you try to piecemeal what Terry believed about things or thought about things, and it's almost impossible because he was all over the map. And now I'm just ranting about Terry Davis for a while.
Yes, thank you so much for that. Our social media guy, just said he's crying his eyes out now, laughing at you. So thank you. We probably have a strike on the channel. This will be the last time Lunduke's ever here. Just kidding. Okay, let me hit up some supers real fast. Okay, there was one that I wanted to respond to because I pulled something up, but now I can't find it because there's so many of you guys. Anyway, let me try these ones. Max says Temple OS looks better and better as the day goes by. I gotta be honest. Every time I see Temple OS, I just keep thinking of the Temple Run app. And I know that's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's a little different. Yeah. Only one of them has the Jewish CIA niggers.
Timestamp. Thanks, K. Thanks, K47. All right, Missing for 5 says, the right of the selected icon of the progressive themes is for PDFs, right? Okay, so this is the one I wanted to respond to. So hang on, let's pull this up again. So the one on the right, but that's not what I'm seeing because if you Google it, apparently this is the maps flag. So I don't think that's correct. Either way, it's all trash.
Here's what's interesting. So a lot of the people defending the trans themes in Bizarre,
Mhm.
two of them list themselves. Oh God, what's the word for it? It is.
Map?
Hold on. No, it's not. It's not map. It is. Oh, come on. What's the word for it? A teenage age regressor. So that's the new term. So they're an adult who identifies themselves as a teenager, which makes it okay if they're sexually attracted to kids and teenagers. So they're calling themselves teenage age regressors. So I pointed out that one of the teenage age regressors in the open source world,
They're literally called tar.
they should be, had threatened to kill me. And then so more of the people who were trans furries started going, oh, Lunduke's attacking teenagers now. Like, no, I'm quoting adults who say that they're attracted to teenagers.
So you can now identify as not a criminal is the new identity.
That is insane. It's like those people identifying as babies and like want to wear diapers and stuff.
That's so weird.
John Kanji for 10 says, I was here when the event happened. Yes, we were all here. Except
this
for
is the
Craig.
last show you guys are ever doing.
This is it. This is where we're going to be
You're
scrubbed
going to
on
be booted
YouTube.
off of Rumble.
We're going to be scrubbed from YouTube. I want to point out that this guy is named Lunduke.
You will only be allowed on Odyssey. That will be the only streaming platform that allows you guys from here on out.
Hooray! All right. Mercenary for 5 says, no one can fight for their culture, Phoenix. That's by design. We are stuck trying to survive. Anytime we try to fight back, that's not enough of us. There's not enough of us. I don't know. It's Mercenary. Just let him talk.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah. Sorry, I was distracted. British CIA. What again?
No. Phoenix, what was it?
Which one? What was that? What?
Don't say it.
Yeah. We're just talking about British CIA people. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just British CIA people.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Craig would not be too thrilled if I repeated the.
I'm awaiting a text message. All right. A Thunderstiller for 5 says, was this Terry's guy actually Job reincarnated? What?
Actually, Job reincarnated? We're talking Job from the Bible? Terry did view that on off days, Terry thought he was a prophet of the Lord.
Oh.
Some days.
Okay. Eva says, put open Mandriva onto a ThinkPad and love it. My only complaint is I can't get OneDrive to work with it, but that's a skill issue.
Open Mandriva is awesome. Highly recommended. Literally, I was complaining at one point, why aren't there any great non-woke operating systems? The guy that is the head honcho of Open Mandriva starts emailing me and he's like, Lunduke, we are the opposite of woke. And so he started sending me over screenshots of their chats of their dev team making fun of woke stuff, of the code that they've included where they literally just make not like anti-woke jokes inside the code of their distro and whatnot. And it non-woke as non-woke can be, but also really high quality software. And it works really great. Highly recommended.
All right. MC Vanilla Shake, great name for 10, says, hey, normal men, vacation starts today. Going to try and catch bits and pieces of live show this week. And above all, hope I don't end up on Plain Talk. Well, I hope you don't end on Plain Talk either, and I hope you have a great vacation.
Yeah. Congrats.
Enjoy. Let's see. There was another 10 here. Where did I get? Right here. Okay. Mark for 10 says, sorry, a few minutes back, but I also used to have sculptor cuts as a kid, but sold it as a kid because I'm a tard. I'm so sad seeing that, but I'm happy for you, Phoenix. Is it because you're a tard too?
That's exactly it, Blabs. 100%. Thank you.
Mercenary for 5 says, open office Apache seems to be the only thing that hasn't got this. It's the only one so far I have used that doesn't have these pride crap.
Yeah, open office really doesn't. Yeah.
It wasn't a mega hat. It was size scores and make gaming great again, but she punched my face to knock it off.
That's awful. I'm sorry, man.
I don't know.
People shouldn't punch faces.
No, they really shouldn't. But okay. Anyway, Missing says, no, Lunduke, it was made in his daughter's bedroom. At least that is what the book I read
Did
said.
I misspeak?
The media told me so.
No, yeah. It was his daughter's bedroom. Didn't I say daughter? Or did I accidentally say sister? Because I thought you said his daughter was someone's sister. I might have misspoken, but yes, Computer Space was developed in the creator of Atari's daughter's bedroom.
Okay. That's a lot of stuff. All right, Dan for 10 says, to me, DSP, I'll continue laughing at him, suck at video games from everybody else's clips. I never watched any of his streams. There's better streamers for me to watch, and you know what? Good for him. Well, thank you for the 10, Dan. Marmalin for 10 says, Lunduke, we need a video or something about that machine. That is an insane thing to just randomly drop. It's true.
Yeah, the computer space has a crazy history. There's websites out there dedicated to documenting it, and it's a really interesting piece of video game history. But all of Nolan Bushnell's early Atari stuff, I mean, he and his companies, Syzygy, Atari, and Key Games, I mean, they laid the groundwork for the entire arcade industry. The first ones to use software, the first video game arcades, the first ones to have sprites in memory, like on and on and on. Fantastic.
All right, well, let's pivot because you mentioned something real fast at the very beginning of the stream, and you didn't even talk about this live, I don't think, or maybe I spaced out, but the Granite Act.
Oh, you guys want to talk about Granite?
I want to know about this, so let's talk about this. What the heck? What is this?
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. So for any of you who want to read this, go over to my X account, Lunduke Journal, and just search for Granite Act. But this is a law in the United States that was originally drafted up, like a draft of it was created by the lawyer for 4chan and Kiwi Farms, and who I've had on my show just a week or two ago. And the act basically does this. It's in reference to all the attempts coming out of the United Kingdom to censor Americans, because the United Kingdom, their Office of Communications has been threatening to censor 4chan and Kiwi Farms and all of these other American forums and servers and whatnot, and trying to say, we will fine you Americans with your stupid First Amendment because we're the UK and the king has power. That's what the UK tries to push. And so the problem is that the United Kingdom and other countries are starting to see some success with getting large companies to bend over when they're getting these sorts of threats. And if that's happening, that's going to make it really hard for everyone to fight against this sort of foreign censorship. So the Granite Act stands for, what does it stand for? Bring that back up. The Granite Act.
Rights against novel international tyranny, extortion.
Yes, against tyranny and extortion. I love that because it's a very American sounding name. Anyway, so the idea is this. If you're an American citizen, specifically the first state that is proposing this to go up for vote is Wyoming. So let's say you're in Wyoming and the United Kingdom comes to Blabs and says, hey, Blabs, we saw that some people at blabsforum.net were saying some things we don't like. You have to pay us a fine of $20,000 and prove to us how you're keeping minors off the site or something like that, right? And they come to you and they try to censor you. And the things that you were having on your site are constitutionally protected in the USA under the First Amendment and whatnot. You would now have, under the Granite Act, a legal framework for taking the United Kingdom government to court in your jurisdiction. So in your local county court right there in Wyoming, under United States law, without United Kingdom law entering into it. And if they were found guilty of violating the Granite Act, basically meaning that they were attempting to fine, punish, or threaten any American citizen or American organization running a server in the USA for publishing constitutionally protected speech, if they were found guilty of doing that, you would then be able to seek damages against them. And here's where it gets really, really important and specific. Those damages would be in the USA. And this is where this really changes things, because it means that this would have actual teeth. Because all of these countries, every country on earth, has huge amounts of financial holdings in the USA, in US banks, financial institutions, and investment firms. I mean, we're talking billions and billions of dollars from the UK are held in US banks. That money, you would now be able to get a court order to get them to pay a $10 million fine. It's like $10 million per instance of them threatening you. So if they sent you 10 threatening letters, it's 10 times 10 million. And you would be able to get that in a U.S. court against a U.S. bank, and it would never involve the United Kingdom at all. I mean, they could send their lawyers over here to try and argue against it, but it would be entirely based on U.S. law. And this is to be the first of its kind, because up until now, there are protections in place that make it essentially fundamentally impossible for you to sue a foreign government agency. But this would change that, because a foreign government agency would be attempting to circumvent the United States Constitution. And so therefore, it basically reneges their rights and their protections therein. And so you could sue them in the USA. Huge. The ramifications for this could be absolutely astronomical and extreme, because we're talking like, let's say Facebook or X. Let's say X. The United Kingdom hates the stuff that gets posted on X, right?
Yep.
Every single instance of them sending a letter to Elon and company saying, you have to take down this stuff that's posted to your American servers. X could turn around and go, okay, great. Well, we'll add that to the list of things we're suing you over. And now we have, 55,000 instances of you trying to coerce or intimidate or fine X based on UK laws. But we're going to fine you in the state of Wyoming if we happen to have an office there. And we're going to then levy you against your holdings that are in the United States, which could be upwards of billions and billions of dollars. So this literally could decimate the foreign censorship apparatuses that are springing up in the UK and other countries, that at least as far as that they're directed against Americans. People in the UK are still screwed, but it would stop them from attempting to silence American citizens, American organizations, or servers located in American jurisdictions where the Granite Act was passed. It's huge.
That actually is really interesting. I'm glad I asked you, because now
I'm really glad you did too. This is massive.
It involves a lot of tech stuff and the internet. So the more informed we are, the better.
I mean, this is going to have really massive implications. It's still, it remains to be seen whether or not it's going to pass. However, I do have birdies chirping in my ear about it. And there are other states that are going to be proposing this as well. And there are also federal Congress people that are looking at it as well.
Who are your little birdies?
I have birdies. The Lunduke Journal has birdies. That's what we do. We get the birdies.
Good for you.
So thank you. I like birdies also.
And it doesn't mean the Twitter birds.
Sometimes the Twitter birds are nice, but yeah. So this is potentially huge. I mean, this would mean that the UK government could not censor side scrollers when I come on the show and say CIA niggers.
Please get that.
To quote the late Terry Davis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I need to build a tally for every time Lunduke is on. He just starts saying those words. Like,
do we need like a quarter jar or something?
Yeah.
My brother is black, and he, on behalf of
this
him,
is true.
I give the show full.
So let me tell you guys a little story. I have what is known as a hood pass.
Oh, I do too. Flawed gave me the N-word pass. So
I got one of those as well. It's official. Yeah. I actually do have it written on a little card. So I was
walk around with it.
I did for a while actually. That's not a joke. So I was a director of engineering for a startup company that was based out of Chicago, and the startup company had maybe 20 employees. I was the only white guy. I was the only white person. And the rest of the company was all black. It started in a black neighborhood with a family who was black, and so they were black. They hired a director of engineering from out on the West Coast to help them engineer their stuff, and I was the white guy. And they loved taking me to meetings because we'd go to meetings with things, and then they could have a token white guy. And so I flew into Chicago for meetings that we were holding with like the deputy mayor of Chicago and all these big fancy meetings. And as I fly in, they thought it would be hilarious to take this scrawny, nerdy white boy from Seattle to the hood So they took me to a house party on the south side of Chicago. They thought that was hilarious. They got one of their friends who was a police officer to have an off-duty police escort just to make me more nervous. They took me to the projects where Good Times was filmed, just to go out and walk around in the middle of the night in the projects where Good Times was filmed. And they tried to do everything they could to freak me the heck out. And just because it was funny. They had a great time with it. But when they were done, they're like, look, man, you get a hood pass. And they presented me with a little card that had my name on it and said I had a hood pass.
Wow.
So now I'm allowed to say all sorts of words, my niggers, and it's totally allowed.
I have the pass. Dave, thank you. I just want to say, Flawed, if you're ever watching this, I want my little card, dude. You
don't have an actual card?
I don't. He gave me the pass 3 years ago, and I have yet to have it physical.
Your friend needs to give you the card because the card is the important part.
It is.
Get it laminated.
Yeah, or I'll ask Phoenix's brother. Be like, yo,
mine's. I stopped carrying mine in my wallet because it started getting a little wrinkled and ripped up, and I don't want to lose my hood pass because I feel like I'm not going to get another one. So I took it out.
Just laminate it and put it back in.
But I'm lazy, and so I fundamentally have it.
Top loader.
I put it in a folder. I've got it. Should I ever need to prove my hood pass credentials?
You know what you need to do? You need to get a new wallet with a chain on it and then put it back in the chain wallet.
Absolutely.
And yes, goodbye, YouTube. This is true. I think he said the N-word like 4 or 5 times now.
Is that not allowed?
No.
Is that like a rule?
I should check the analytics. Let's see if it says you have a healthy stream or not. Let's see, analytics. Does it say we're healthy? Stream health. Stream is healthy, so I guess we're fine.
All right. I'd like to think that I helped with that.
Yeah. Okay, let me hit up some supers before we pivot again. All right. Ranger for 10 British pounds says most Brits are on the side of the American sides that the UK government are trying to silence. Our government are just tyrants. I can't read. I'm illiterate today. Hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the turkey. Thank you. I hope you have a good one too, even though you're not American. The art school dropout for 10 says, why do you guys think the nerd realm has been infiltrated by all the woke commie gobbledygook? I've witnessed the progression over the years and been curious what makes nerds so vulnerable. I don't think it's just the nerd. Yeah, but I don't think it's just the nerd group. You can look at literally every single industry and you will see that everywhere, like from agriculture to fashion.
Well, it's very easy. I explained it before because every time anyone does anything, they just push their way in and you all guys go, okay, I just want to be left alone. So, attaboy, you got left alone, and they took advantage of it. And they keep planting just metaphorical flags everywhere. And you just keep going, well, I just want to be left alone. Well, all right. Well, you woke up one day and said, where'd my country go? Well, now you know where it went. Keep doing nothing, everybody.
Listen, I got to do some frolicking. So we'll do some Kirsha frolicking because Game Master Pierre, I guess that's how you want to say his name, for 50 says, I approve the N pass to you. Thank you very much.
And a Jew pass to you, good sir.
Thank you.
Watch, he's totally white.
Yeah. Mercenary for 2 says, I have a hood pass, grew up in Inglewood next to Lax. Thank you very much. Can we go back to talking about the space aboriginals? Asking for a friend. See how I got you? Let's try, home dog. All right. Mr. Lamlow for 1. Craig, side scrollers is on thin ice with YouTube. Lunduke casually drops the hard R 4 times.
It wasn't that hard.
It was just hard ends.
I love anarchy.
Black Bull says, how is what GNOME doing not going against open source standards?
Open source just means the source code's available under one of about 1 billion licenses. That's all open source means. They can be jerks about it and still be open source. They can discriminate against people and still be open source. It's just stupid.
There you go. Get Lunduke to do 2026 edition of Linux Sucks.
It'll happen. Not having one this year, though.
All right. Weebs and Kaboom for 2 says, I got your back, Phoenix, like Larry H. Parker. I'll fight for you. About the culture stuff. Okay. Submit a pull request to add the American flag.
I thought about doing that, but they're going to reject it if I do it straight out. So someone else is going to have to do those sorts of things for me.
And then Mercenary sending essays about DSP. Thank you so much, Mercenary. Max for 2 says Gnome really fell off after 2.0. What display manager do you recommend that is normal as well as desktop environment?
You're totally right. GNOME 2.0 was, to use a young man's terminology, the GOAT. It was fantastic. XFCE, though, is probably one of your better ones. XFCE or ICE or something like that. One of the lesser
no cap
managers.
Yeah.
No cap. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
What is happening? Why are you using slang? Are you all right? You
Fun.
okay? Anyway, okay. All right, so a Mercenary says, too bad Gavin McGinnis would want that comic book destroyed. If it isn't made by the French, the man hates it.
Aw.
Charizard! Freaking love that. It's crazy that his entire economy around Phil's content that he himself isn't a part of. And Crazy Bat Ninja says, everyone remembers Bruce Lee, but no one remembers his vegetarian uncle called Brocco.
No, yeah. Brocco Lee was badass.
John Kanji for 10 says Lunduke is bringing Porch Monkey back. Also, this may need to be a members only episode.
Bringing Porch. That's the second Clerks reference we've had in this episode. Nicely done.
All right. Okay. So you know what's funny is that for some reason Rumble has logged me out of everything, and for me to be able to
I'm telling you, they just killed your account, man. They nuked it from orbit.
For me to be able to end the live stream, you have to do it on the back end of Rumble, which means Craig's email. So I literally have to text him and be like, I need Rumble code.
So you guys use Rumble Studio to do all the streaming out?
Not right now, we're not. But I still need to end it separately because you need to end the Rumble.
Oh, that's separately. Not cool.
No, it's not. But
that's not cool, Craig.
I'm gonna need to end it in like 10 minutes or whatever. So I need it in advance.
You know what Terry Davis would say about that?
Anyway, before we do wrap up, we have a couple of quick hits, and I kind of want to hit them up with you guys. I'll skip that for tomorrow. Let's do this one instead, because I'm sure Lunduke. Do you like Campbell's?
I love Campbell's Soup, man.
Why?
I'm a child of the 80s. I love Campbell's Soup.
Get some good nutrition in you. Anyway, Campbell's Soup VP placed on leave as 3D printed meat claims cause stock crash.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that is pretty gross. So let me read this because this can't be good. Zoom! Oh, look at that. Okay. Campbell's Soup stock dropped more than 3% on November 24th after a lawsuit surfaced accusing a senior executive of mocking customers, disparaging Indian employees, and making claims about 3D printed bioengineered meat. Isn't that exciting?
That's disgusting.
The allegations stem from a recording made by former cybersecurity analyst Robert Garza, not to be confused with Gaza, who said he began recording what he believed would be a routine salary meeting with Campbell's Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bailey in late 2024. According to the filing in Wayne County Circuit Court, Garza alleges Bailey mocked Campbell's products as being made for poor people, who would buy them, and repeatedly made racially offensive remarks. Sounds like someone really who needs to work for that company. That's fantastic.
Woo! Oh man, but Campbell's Soup. Look at that. You take a can of Campbell's condensed cheapo chicken noodle soup, bring it to a boil, crack an egg into it, and to slowly pour in the egg while you're stirring. It basically makes Campbell's chicken noodle egg drop soup. Put a little butter in there. Oh man, you got happy kids. That's good stuff.
Right, Blabs?
No, I don't think I've ever had Campbell's Soup.
I love this episode.
What are you talking about?
You've never had Campbell's Soup ever in your life?
No,
not once.
I have a mother
that
who
makes
loves
sense. You just got to know Blabs. It
Never.
totally makes sense.
Oh, Campbell's
What are you
Soup is
saying?
good,
You want to fight with me, bro?
Me?
Yes.
I'm sticking up for you. How is that?
I've never
That's what
met
I'm hearing.
anyone who has not had it like once in their life. Like
I don't
not
think I've
once,
ever
like,
had it.
chicken noodle soup, nothing.
I got Campbell's Soup at home right now. Kind of want to go home and eat some. It's delicious.
I have a mother who raised me on homemade chicken soup.
Well, see, okay.
Right? But
Hey, well, we
everyone's
make
had it at some
homemade chicken matzo ball soup and everything like that. Boil the chicken and have a great time. But not everyone's got time for that.
Yeah, but there's other brands that you can eat that are
Come
healthier
on,
for
what
you.
are you, a
Amy's.
progresso Nazi? I'm not gonna put up with that.
Is that the other brand? Oh, that's the other brand now. I don't go
Brand
near
X,
that.
but
If
not
I have
by
to
no
have,
Amy's.
if I have to like have like soup from a can, there's like 2 brands really. There's Amy's, and then there's another one that does like the corn chowder. I forget. They have like it's like a white. I'm forgetting the brand, but the can is white and everything's simple labels and on it. I can't remember.
I do like a white can with just big black lettering that just says soup on it.
I thought you
buy
were saying
that.
N-word on it or something. I don't know.
Hey, that's
Yeah?
inappropriate. Blabs.
Okay,
I like that
offended right
that
now.
BMO in the chat said, "Shout out to the pores."
So, like, Blabs, have you been camping before? Have you never had like Campbell's
I've
Soup
never gone
or
camping.
something?
I am a
Campbell's
little
Soup camping, good
princess.
call.
I need like a nice hot shower at the end of the day. I can rough it up for 12 hours working in the fields and stuff like that, but then I want to come back and I want a nice shower and a bed. I don't camp. Mm-mm.
You don't camp at all?
No. I will be outside all day long, literally covered in like whatever it is, and then no, I come back in and I shower and clean now. Yeah.
That's crazy to me. You're a
It's
crazy
weird.
person.
Blabs is like both rugged and a princess. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's this.
Okay.
An
There's literally-
extreme.
Okay, Lunduke, there's literally a snake pinned to my wall. All right,
yeah.
I'm not like some like little fairy princess.
I'm
girl,
not
but
saying
I'm
that you're
just-
some pansy. I just
She
am
will
saying it's
gut an
crazy.
animal and then scream at a spider. Like it's this black and white, just kind of extreme. There's no gray.
Phoenix, man. I get it. Spiders
Yeah,
are freaking scary, dude.
I agree.
Like, I'm on
completely
board.
agree.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you know, a cougar starts attacking my RV in the middle of the night while camping. Fine, I'll
biggie.
handle the cougar. But if there's a friggin' spider in my bed, I'm screaming like a little girl. That's just all. there is to that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, don't like bugs.
Bugs are nasty, man.
They can belong outside, not inside. And
why I
even
live in a
outside, I'm
swamp.
like, nope. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Campbell's Soup.
Just a small
good.
note here from chat. Blabs, next time you see Kirsch, ask her about Campbell's Soup. I'm scared.
I
to
don't
know.
want to, because she'll probably be like, it's
Everyone in
something
chat
that-
is saying it.
It's probably something related to sounding, and I don't want to know.
Whoa, God, no.
No,
Exactly.
I
Don't put that
imagine
on
she
your
probably
wee-wees,
loves.
people.
She probably loves Campbell's. Whoops. Oh, fuck me. You're talking about Kirsch. Yeah, you're fucked.
Exactly. It's probably something to do with sounding or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm real
Guys, man, language. You guys are all upset about me quoting Terry Davis. You're just like, excuse me, I'm just gonna drop about 18 casual F-bombs right there.
I
Goodness
was quoting
gracious
someone.
children.
I was quoting.
Oh, you were quoting. Oh, see, then it's fine. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to quote. Yeah.
Quotation marks.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 air quotes.
You do air quotes every time you drop an F-bomb, and then it's
Fuck
okay. Oh, Lord.
All right. The art school dropout for 5 says, to clarify, I didn't mean the companies, but I've had many friends just accept the woke mind virus and feel that nerds are more susceptible. I can't even say that word. Susceptible to ideology and curious of theories why.
Yeah, well, they're more because they're outsiders. They're not quote unquote the cool kids, and so a lot of times they're gonna want to find a community, and if there's a community that embraces that, then they're gonna kind of go there. It makes sense. The outcasts are gonna find that. That makes sense.
Yep. As the chat points out, it's the Hitler particles. Yep.
And also that.
Reese, for one, says, I'm sure my cats will appreciate the 3D printed meat. I don't know about that. And Marmalin for 10 says, Campbell's Soup and Kirsha go back. It's bridge related. Oh, okay.
That makes
What
sense.
is
So here-
bridge?
You know
Oh,
what bridge is, Phoenix. That's
I
the
don't.
that's the repackaging of DEI.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so with Kirsha, it's either two things. Either it goes back to sounding and other things like that department and her freaking cactus gummies, right? Or it's about bridge. It just goes in two different directions with Kirsha, so you never know. I just play it safe and I say, I don't want to know. I don't ask. There you go. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Do we have time for one more quick hit? Do we? Let's see. Actually, no, I want to know about Lunduke's opinion on these.
What?
As a man of culture, I want to know what Lunduke has to say about Xbox and Crocs.
This is so the wrong move right now. This is like you couldn't have the worst timing ever to do this.
I don't understand.
Yeah, so they're Crocs
They're
with
Crocs.
an Xbox logo on them.
Yes.
They're Xbox shoes, basically.
And they're
Isn't
$80.
Xbox like dying?
Yeah, it
$80.
was the worst time to do
And then
it.
$20 for the charms.
Oh, good. So you can have a Master Chief charm for your
That's
Crocs.
right. Master Chief can suck your toes.
No, Chief doesn't even belong to Xbox anymore, really, if you think about it.
That's
I mean,
true.
Crocs are great and all. I can't wear
Are
Crocs
they?
myself.
Are they?
My
I think
toe
they're
always
awful.
goes through the holes.
What do you have? Like, which
I got so
toes?
my pinky toes are in the perfect spot. If I get the Crocs that fit,
Mhm.
my pinky toes are in the exact spot where that outside toe hole is. So every time my foot goes down, my foot moves forward just like a fraction of an inch, and my toe jets out of the hole. And so it's like
Your
if
toe
I
just
walk.
sticks out.
Yeah, it's in that exact, like if it was a millimeter forward or back, Crocs could work great for my feet. But exactly where it's at is exactly where my pinky toe wants to jet out. So I can't wear Crocs. Infuriates me.
Well, they're just super uncomfortable, I find. I've always tried them on. I've never owned a pair because I'd be like, let me see how they are. Everyone talks about how comfy they are, and they're absolutely horrific. I don't know how you guys
Someone in
know
the
that.
chat wants to know how tiny are Lunduke's toes. I'm not showing you. Stop asking. This person's probably
Go to
been stalking me.
Lunduke.com to find out.
Lundukestopictures.org.
Yeah, you gotta pay
You
for
can
that
find him
privilege.
on Feet Pics or Wiki Feet. You know, there's a thing, the website that,
my feet.
there's a website that sells feet pics. You know.
I did actually have one person who sent me a thing like a month or two ago asking for feet pictures, which I thought, I'm like, that's.
Did you do
that's,
it?
No, I didn't do it.
What if someone offered you $100,000?
Oh yeah.
To send me feet pictures? Send them
Yeah.
my pictures of my feet? Oh, I'll do it. No one wants to see pictures of these feet. There's nothing attractive about these feet.
Do you
These
wear
are-
socks all the time to hide them?
Oh no, my family know what my feet look and smell like all the time. There's nothing good going on about Lunduke's feet. I got old man feet. I got big, funky old man feet. So if someone wants to give me $100,000 to post a picture of my foot, I have no shame about people seeing my old man feet. That's just weird.
Okay, would you? Okay, would you do it? 100,000 to show your feet. Would you do it?
No.
Fucking love you, Kay.
I've
listen,
broken
it
his
could be
heart.
nice
Atta
that I'm
fucking
doing
girl.
it. No.
Atta girl.
You tell it. Whoops. Oh well. Anyway, okay. Danny
The friggin'
says
foot.
it's bridge commie shit, you imbeciles. Though to be fair, she does scar all of you regularly. See. So were you a field, Blabs? Master Craig treating you like a house, Blabs? What the fuck is? I don't understand this.
I just
Hey,
like
it
Master
was,
Craig.
It was Slosh's birthday over the weekend, so everyone wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, but
Oh,
I
it's
don't
my
understand
birthday
your
too.
super
Happy
chat.
birthday.
It's always your birthday,
It's
Phoenix.
always Phoenix's birthday. I fell for it once.
No,
I
no.
fell
Everybody
for it.
falls for it.
I can
except
show
me.
you my. Well, we'll talk about it later. I can show you. Today's actually it. Anyway, moving on.
No, it's
Next
not. I
segment.
know when it is. All right. Sunder Stiller for one says, "I've chased a black bear in the woods. It was a thief, but spiders are a bridge too far. Spiders are evil.
Yeah, spiders suck, man.
They do.
You ever see the ones in like Australia that are like a foot?
Yes.
big? Like, oh, those are terrifying.
They're in the
Australia's
zoo.
the worst, man.
I went to a zoo in Australia and they were
Too
all
many
in
big
there. And I was
birds.
like, "Ugh." No thanks. Eva, for one, says, so when are we going to get Lunduke and Kirsha together to talk DEI and bridge? So here's the thing.
Ooh.
I don't know if Lunduke could handle Kirsha and her raunchiness.
Ooh, that's a good
So
point.
Kirsha and I have talked behind the scenes a couple of times related to the DEI and bridge stuff.
Mhm.
And so I went and watched a couple of her exposés on some of these topics. And I blushed through the entire thing. Like she could literally be talking about documents from a corporation, and it will be a little bit too raunchy for me. So if she can watch her potty mouth and stop being a drunken sailor for 5 minutes, I think she and I could have a really nice conversation.
All right. Okay. So would you be down to do a live stream with her? one
Oh
day?
yeah, we could
Would you-
talk about it. I mean, there aren't many people actually covering tech industry stuff related to DEI and bridge and all that, and so it'd be kind of interesting to have us on at the same time to talk about
So
it.
what you're saying is, when I hit you up later on a DM, I can go and book you with a Kirsha.
If you slide into my DMs See, it's a kid. That's a kid thing.
I
they
do
say.
that.
Yeah, they
Yes.
do. All right.
I do sliding through the DMs.
Yeah, I do that, but I'm going to repeatedly chastise Kirsha for her potty mouth. Just be prepared for that. Like, you know what you're signing up for.
All right, I'm gonna go and confirm with Kirsha, and then I'll go and confirm with you, and I'm gonna do it. We're gonna
Tell you straight up. Every time she whips out an F-bomb, I'm gonna pull out a Terry Davis quote.
Nice,
that's how
and then
that's
we
gonna
would
go.
never be on YouTube ever again. Thank you. Okay.
Welcome.
Well, anyway, so by the way, chat, I cannot see direct donos because I don't have access to it. So if you did donate, that will be read tomorrow. Just a heads up. Danny says, Lunduke asking Kirsha to not be Bostonian mouth after he quoted a man 6 times with the hard R's. Lol.
That's how I roll, man.
Fair point,
I'm
fair
not
point.
saying that my views on the world make any sense whatsoever. I'm just saying it's how I see things. Now, I don't drop the F-bombs, but I'll quote the Terry Davis. That's how I roll.
Thunderstiller for one says, I honestly didn't notice the black bear thief thing until Blabs' chuckle. How dare you? Anyway, Lunduke, where can the people find you?
Lunduke.com. It is literally the best site on the internet. One page, no JavaScripts, no trackers, no nothing, just a whole bunch of links. You can, all my stuff is free everywhere. YouTube, X, Rumble, all over the place. But if you want to subscribe and keep my lights on, you totally can. And I promise not to berate you for not doing it. Like, what's his name? The Y guy with the fills. DSP.
Yeah.
I won't do that. How's that? That's the deal I make with folks. No berating for those of you who don't subscribe.
Okay. And Kay, thank you very much for covering for me for the second half. Where can the people find you? Besides the links below.
Well, I'm going to be back here tomorrow, so
That's
you'll
true.
see me here again tomorrow, but at Melee Games on Rumble, YouTube, the whole thing. And we played through the Atari Jaguar library the past few days, so if you want to see
It's been
trauma,
awesome.
enjoy
Nice.
trauma.
Some good
All right.
games. And some bad ones.
Listen, we never ever plug our shit. So Phoenix, plug your shit.
I just want to thank everyone out there for remembering me on this day as far as my birthday. Every year, people forget it, and it's one of my most important days of the year. Thank
How
you
old
so
are you
much,
this year,
everyone
my
out
man?
there. Today, I'm actually 28 years old today.
You're a year younger than me now. This is what we're doing.
Oh my God, really? Wow, you're an oldie. You're ancient. Well, anyway,
Man, Blabs is getting up
and
there.
so thank you again to everyone out there. I really appreciate it. You can always find me right on here. And thanks again, guys. That really means the world to me.
Okay, and one more locals came in. Okay, do you have it shared up or do I need to grab it?
I have the message, just not the picture.
Okay, sorry about the picture. Hang on, let
And
me
where
grab
can
it.
people find you, Blabs, by the way?
I wasn't there yet. Oh, hang on.
I'm sorry. Fuck me. All right.
I'm multitasking. Okay, hang on. Let me pull this one
I
up.
was
This
quoting Lunduke, by the way.
All right, so this is the photo, and it says, I feel like Kirsha and Lunduke would actually get along really well. Both hate DEI at the very least.
Does she have animal ears?
She's like a furry. How do I hide this thing? There you go. All right, thank you.
I don't even know. You
She's a
kids are
fox.
crazy
She's not a
nowadays.
furry, she's a fox. It's a VTuber thing.
She's lovely. I love her.
She's not a furry. She's a,
traumatized
what does
about
that
her
even
mom
mean?
stories.
I thought that
Not a
was the furry
she's
thing.
a fox. She's a VTuber fox.
Fox
thing.
lady.
Yeah, she's a fox.
I don't know. I don't understand like half the
listen,
words
when
you just
when
said.
I put you guys together, you can ask all these questions.
I think that's a great idea
Yes.
because I've
Start
got
writing it down.
questions.
Start writing it down. Start
I
writing it
don't
down.
prepare for things. I don't do that.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll remind you then. Okay. And
That sounds solid.
Yeah, and as for me, guys, I'm actually really close to 10K on my own YouTube channel. So if you haven't actually subscribed, maybe do it so I can get to 10K before the end of the year. I'm just saying, that'd be really cool. I never plug, so I'm going to plug, and Craig's not here to say no. So I'm plugging. Okay, that's it. All right. I feel like I need an outro like Ferris Bueller. Thanks, Mom, for birthing me. What the fuck? Phoenix? Okay, anyway, I need an outro like Ferris Bueller. Like, go on, get out of here. Show's over. But anyway, that's it. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Craig will return, so have no fear, guys. You won't have to be stuck with me again. All right, people gonna try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys gotta go get it. We'll see you tomorrow. Go on, go frolic, be free. Bye.